Yes.
to our post show.
And Trey, and he said, "Oh, I thought you said no." And Trey said, "I did," or whatever. We need to cut the fucking clip.
Yeah, that must be investigated further. What has happened?
It's so much. Mike said no, and then we can have Trey said no. Really, we can have the reveal. Trey said no.
We are jumping right into song number 3 of the set list already.
Oh no, we fucking threw a rail across Llama's train there.
No, that's all right. I just wanted to. I think it's important with the passing of Charlie Watts to at least acknowledge Torn and Frayed.
And they put it on Ventilator.
Why?
Because Ventilator Blue would have been fucking hardcore, dirty, nasty. You know, even though it has nothing to do with how he died, just the fact.
I happen to like Torn and Frayed. It's a good track off of Exile. I think it was a great opener.
Ripped that off the Charlatans UK or somebody. I saw some tweet where someone was like, some band totally ripped it off for their hit song.
Wow.
Did not know that.
But yeah, that's been in tribute. You kind of seen it coming, although it has caused a little bit of controversy because you didn't get ZZ Top, right? So that was predicted when that
and no Kathy's Clown.
That was the opening music. That was the opening music.
Yeah, but they didn't play it again. Who died, Don or Phil? Which one died?
I'm not sure.
They were both old as dirt.
Absolutely. So then you got into No Man in No Man's Land. So
that's a great song. Like I feel like it's a strong jam vehicle.
And they had the nice ending. It wasn't as smooth as a future ending that we'll talk about, but I love how they're going back into songs and finishing them. No Man's was one of those ones that have become open-ended, kind of. You know, like Chalk Dust and what's the Down with Disease.
Right.
Yeah, that's definitely a theme, I think, of this kind of 4.0 era, if we're calling it that officially, which I think it's fair to.
Oh, I'm all on board with 4.0 now.
Yeah,
it's completely different.
There's a difference. There's enough difference, I think, for sure. And so, yeah, that's kind of something that's happening is where it got very predictable in some ways that they never finished songs, right? And now they're bringing it back. And I think it's so interesting, the reaction that people have, right? When they land back into the songs, everybody cheers and goes crazy. 4.0, Steve. That's right, buddy. It is good to see you out there.
Yeah, there were like 97 Down with Diseases in a row that didn't have an ending, that were unfinished. They were marked. I was at one point, I was like, why don't they just put Down with Disease? And if it was finished, they noted because there's been more that haven't been, you know?
Right.
Just like with your lovers, you know, Down with Disease should be finished. This should be a finished, you know, product at the end for everyone.
And a reprise.
My motto.
Sure.
It should be a tweezer type thing for me, where they can come back and do it as an encore. Sleepy Monkey, Down with Disease reprise.
Now you're talking. Maybe. We got some Leaves, right? Leaves for song 3.
Oh, interesting fact about Leaves before we move on. It's the first time it's been played since 2017.
Well, it's my new favorite bathroom song.
Well, I happen to enjoy it.
I know a lot of people enjoy it. It's not Phish for me. It's too heavy, and I don't want to feel that much.
Feelings. You don't want to feel.
Okay, right. You don't want to feel feelings. We're going to come back to that later on when we talk about set 2
in our therapy sessions.
so we're going to bank that and move on.
Yes, we probably should, because we don't want to get into our feelings too early. So then really, and goes
the highlight of the set. Probably the highlight of the set.
Phish says Melt. You know, the controversy in some ways of what happened there at the beginning. I'm convinced. Here's what happened. Here's my theory. Trey calls out, and I don't know if that's a spoiler for later, but my theory is Trey calls out Mull, right? Which is a song that was played about 4 or 5 songs later. But, you know, Phish hears it as Melt. Starts Melt. Well, that's a big surprise to at least Trey and Paige, right? Because usually it seems like it goes Trey, like Paige and Trey communicate, right? Then Trey goes to Phish, Phish goes to Mike. Right? That's where it seems like the kind of the communication goes in like the telephone game.
Trey won't even talk to Mike anymore. It's fucked up. Ever since he said no, it was fucking all downhill from there.
Right. Yeah. No. Well, watch our video to find out if Mike really did say no on wookplus.com. Subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Yes, subscribe and like is always
Or
good.
like, that's a thing that we're supposed to say, and good. We're contractually obligated to say. Our boss has told us we better say that, so we did it. We did it. We should probably say it more.
We're gonna say it at the end as well.
Say it at the end. So be ready for that. We're teasing that for later. Wow,
I didn't think the melt got as dark as the other two. I saw both the other two in Nashville and AC, and both of them got really dark before they resolved. This one seemed to be pushing. It was, am I going to go dark? And at the end, it went to a major key before Trey found his way back down to the ending. That was a brilliant fucking move that the whole band made to fucking hit the 3 notes. Don't, you know?
Yeah. Oh, that I think is exactly like that. You nailed it. But yes,
that was creamy peanut butter right there, smooth as could be.
We do need a sandwich update on this.
No fucking chunks in that peanut butter.
No, that was all smooth right there. It was
great. Spaced out peanut butter. Tube comes out next. I mean, that was definitely Melt was probably highlight of the first set.
They're beating Tube to death. They're beating Tube to death this tour.
That's okay. I don't mind that though. You know what I mean?
No, I do. Tube should be special. It should be every 8, 9 shows, not every 3 or 4 shows.
That's just like your opinion, man.
It is my opinion, man.
Every Tube is special.
I don't know. It kind of reminds me of like the early 90s though, where like they were kind of repeating a lot of songs because they didn't have that many.
Or 2012, 2011, where there was like a lot of rotation of the same songs, or like very songy sets, right? So they've had this kind of, which, you know, again, that's a little more of a 3.0 thing where they started to get into, hey, you know, we're going to play 6-7 minute songs, quite a few of those. We'll mix in a jam or two here, especially first set wise, but we're going to play, you know, first set ends up having 11 songs.
And the next one fucking, what was Ha Ha Ha? Is that when I got my good song after Melt?
So we're in there, right? So Tube had a cool super bad tease.
I didn't catch that. I think they're making that shit up, and I heard other shit.
Oh, I'm sure. Why don't you jump on here? Hit him up with the hotline and get Zook on here, and let's see what he looks like. All right. This guy. I love that guy though so much. We got Scooby-Doo legs. I do want to talk about Scooby-Doo legs.
I don't know what that means, man.
No, we're gonna come to the bottom of this. One, I've got the keys. Watch for our. I'm gonna get a side by side, and I'll show you what we need. Llama really helped me to kind of get around to this, what this sound is for me. And at first, I thought it was like the Roadrunner's legs. It is really the Scooby-Doo sound, right? And when Scooby and Shaggy are running from a ghost, you'll hear this kind of. Now, Trey has this effect that I don't know how to explain other than that. And I will get back to that because it just has been going on all 4.0. I've been around a while. What are you guys? I think
I've been around for all of 4.0, and I don't know what you're talking about.
It's an effect on his guitar, yeah.
And it sounds like Scooby-Doo and Shaggy running. Like you showed him.
It's like a reverb. Yeah, it's like a stuttering reverb a little bit.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to find me a timestamp next time you're listening.
Oh, I got a million of them. Like I said, we're going side by side. We might do a 1-minute history on it someday on our YouTube channel that you should subscribe to at Wook.
Yeah, subscriptions are great.
Yeah, like and subscribe. Like, hit that like button right now.
That's also cool. Is that where it's at? Right down here. Okay.
That's right below us. Yeah.
How about this one? I've been around a while. Where are you guys on this? I've been around. So,
it's a shtick thing. And people love it, and they're like, "Oh, cool!" And I'm like, "Cool, I can grab a beer."
I mean,
if you're a 3.0 guy, I know you're like, that's your. You want those songs? That's kind of.
It's not so much that I want it, but I love the dad rockness of it. Like I just like the whole like corny intro joke, followed by, "Hey, Paige, where have you been for a week?" And then he's like, "Oh, we're doing this. I've been around a while." Like I fucking love it. It's great. They're having fun.
That is funny because they don't know until Trey says that, right? I guess because they are so spontaneous with their set list, so they do have.
You don't think Trey says to Paige beforehand, "We're gonna bust out. I get around tonight."
So not that way, no. Because he didn't bounce on it right away.
No, I don't. I agreed. I think it took him a second to get around to the,
He had to
around a
remember how to
while.
play those chords on the
Agreed.
notes on the piano.
And that was after Ha 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 or before it?
No, that was before Ha Ha Ha. Then Ha 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 comes out and it's real short.
Well, that always is.
Did you say? I know. Did you say you've never seen? Are you? You said you're chasing one. That doesn't mean you've never. seen
No.
one.
It's something I'm chasing. I've seen it in 1.0. I saw it a bunch of times.
Okay.
Never seen it since. It's just one of those songs that I'm like, this is what Phish is for me. Is a dumb 2-minute song where they're like, ha 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 ha. So I used to have a sticker that was Honda, but it was the Honda logo and it said ha ha ha.
Classics. Maybe a Hogan slogan. You might say.
It's $1 million idea.
Yeah. Mama, where are you at on Ha Ha Ha? You said you saw Ha 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 too, right? Like you're a Ha 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 veteran.
Yeah, I got Ha 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 on my second show ever, so it was pretty good.
Well, there you go.
It was followed by Friends, which isn't that bad live.
No.
But that's a weird fucking drop off.
That is a really interesting.
Actually, it kind of worked because it was in Syracuse, right? This is a quick divergence here. But it was in Syracuse, which is where John Fishman grew up. So to start the song, they're like, "Are there any friends of John Fishman out here?" And everybody's like, "Oh yeah!" And then they played it, so it kind of worked out.
I love that. It did have some sentimental value to it.
I've been to Vernon Down. They made a joke about Fishman's first band when they were in Vernon Down, and then did You Enjoy Myself?
So what came after?
Mole, right?
Oh, fantastic. I love this song. This is like Mike's, this is his breakthrough one, even though I like Casual Sex, whatever that he did. That one was cool, but this one, that jam tonight was fucking out there. I love that.
That is, by the way, not the name of the song. Let's just clear that up. Although would be a much better name of the song and funnier. A Mole is the name of this song, but Casual Sex is not the name of the other song. That song is Casual Enlightenment. But again,
I thought it was Engagement.
No, isn't it Enlightenment? I think. Anyway, that's how much we know. I like Casual Sex.
True professionals, subscribe for other groundbreaking facts like this.
Like and subscribe right now.
I'm sorry, that is too good.
For more dumb shit.
So, but this Mole, I agree with Kev. I think is we've been talking about the Mike song that comes in and kind of kills it. Not the Mike song, but the Mike.
Whatever the one Trey says, hey, it's your turn tonight.
The Mike set killer, and this did not do that. This actually enhanced the set, and maybe is like second or third in line on jams of the set, right?
Yeah.
Then you get to we're keeping rocking. Oh, Shade. At this point, it's Shade. I threw in
there. Why another ballad at that point? I mean,
it's the first set. There's no rules.
But you want Shade, like I said in the thread to you guys. Shade needs to be the landing point for the dead space or something like that. When they're way the fuck out there, you bring it all back and you come to Shade and you land everybody gently.
I cannot argue with that, honestly.
Hey, you know what? Song. If you're there with your significant other, it doesn't matter where Shade is placed. It's a good song.
It just matters how close the first secluded room you can find is.
Wow. Again, we better. This is what do we call this?
It's a classy romance. So you're just there hugging and swaying and dancing together.
Yes.
There's no frumping.
This is Book Plus After Dark at this point, so I guess
I'm in my pajamas. I don't know about you guys, but
you need a fucking pipe is what you need, because that's like a smoking robe more than anything.
She looks amazing. Okay, so we're getting close. We got a couple things to get to. We got Alaska.
All right.
Trey mentioned Alaska. There you go. See, Sean always nails it.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, exactly. Alaska. Trey says this is as close as we ever get to Alaska. I think was what he said before he played it.
So take your dumb ass up there. The Dead did it. 15 years into their career.
Yeah, I think they'll eventually. And speaking of Zook, he's had some living in Alaska time, so I always think of him now.
I have Alaska issues.
Interesting.
In as much as it's another attempt like Blaze On or Destiny Unbound to write a Hunter-esque Barlow kind of lyric. and it's the middle successful with Destiny Not, that one there, and Blaze On, which we'll get to.
Professor.
Right.
Might be one of
Professor has stepped in. The Professor
might be one of the top 10 lyrics
Which
that
one?
Tom Marshall and Trey Blaze On. It's fantastic. It has all those Hunter twists in it. 3 left turns can really make a right.
I think Due to Life has some of those in the mix of that too. We'll have to kind of do some research.
Yeah.
Research into
Because
that.
I do
and
think
it came after Blaze On came after the Fare Thee Well.
someone
Trey
should know that,
immersed
right? If
himself.
you, again, if this was a professional show. Okay, so we got Big Trey. I'm trying to put my elbow in here. Look at my
Right.
elbow. We got
Yeah.
Big Trey elbow, one of my favorite things. And when Trey like starts to do that elbow thing with that pedal, and he's like meow, meow, with the Alaska. That
He's
was great.
feeling it.
Then Golgi, right?
Yeah.
Golgi ends a set, and again,
It's always good though.
No,
It's
no,
it's a fun song.
It's the
Super
youth. It's the exuberance of youth.
okay. We got to take at least a few seconds because we got to spend plenty of time. But we
We'll
have
close.
I'm calling time out here, and we got to talk about
Close.
Trey's muscle shirt and Paige's monkey shirt.
Well, Trey has a stylist.
Yes.
That's all I'm
So we're
gonna
going
say.
Phish fashion break. Yes. So every set list, I think this is something we're going to try to do pretty consistently. So when we hit set break, it is Phish fashion break, Phish
Yes.
fashion break.
We need a
And-
fucking graphic. Call the interns.
I know. We need some work on that again. That we'll get to that eventually. So, Mama, why don't you start it off? Like you said, you're going Trey muscle shirt to start it off. You want to go with him?
All right, so Trey's wearing a polo where I don't like polos where the buttons go down as far as his polo went.
We got one.
That's
button.
just
Keep it sexy
nitpicking
a
though.
little bit
No,
there.
he had 3 buttons, and I
What do you
only
think
2
about
buttons.
the size too small though? Form fitting.
I don't think it was a size too small. I think it was form fitting, but I don't think that he's like ripped enough,
You could see nipples.
you know, which
He's
is
just-
good because then you know if he's feeling the music.
He's a fit guy. That's how
Good
I
answer, good answer.
But no, I think if you're a fit guy, I mean, I think he's a pretty fit dude, you know. So like you get away with that. Like I can't really wear a form-fitting shirt like that, right?
But you have a
we're on
foodie
that.
kit.
We're getting to Paige next. He's our favorite.
You have a foodie kit, and I can't wear one of those because I'm a fat fuck. Can you
Well, you
imagine
just have
me
to
in a
go, like,
foodie kit
6
with my
sizes up.
belly? It's
It's okay. So we got Trey with that. So let's go to Paige since Trey.
Yes, let's go to. What kind of monkey is on his shirt? At first, I thought it was a cat, but then it was a monkey.
It's those little Reese's monkeys, like the Reese's Pieces monkeys. I don't think.
Okay,
that's what
yeah,
would
I got
call
you,
them.
yeah.
I think they're those little ones, the ones that are like you always see people like having jump all
It's-
over them.
It's in Ben Stiller's Zoo movie. What was it? Night in the Museum.
No idea.
Yeah,
Night in the museum.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
those
Fucking
monkeys that chased
classic.
him.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Classic.
Those weird monkeys. Yes.
Yes.
But there you go. So monkey shirt is what I wrote down, which is a classic.
There we go.
Bonobo.
Steve,
monkeys.
there we go.
Bono Bell.
Are
That's the
we
guy
sure?
from
We're gonna have to
U2,
look
right?
that up, Steve. I think he just wants to look up because I think
That's
those are the
that's
gross
Bono.
monkeys.
Oh,
Aren't those the gross monkeys with like the weird butts? You know what I'm talking about?
No,
Oh, I don't
those
wanna think
are
about
those are the Rafiki monkeys.
Oh,
and the llama would know that.
that's from
Being a
Lion
llama.
King. Hey, we're on our time limit. We haven't got the second
Yes,
set.
Oh,
I know.
Okay,
Let's get
so
to the
Mike,
second set, guys.
we're getting it. Okay, so Mike wore. I thought Mike almost matched Trey. They kind of had like a kind of a fashion dad thing going. Both of them. Mike had like jeans. Wasn't that like just a kind
Yeah.
of chill dad vibe he had? I thought he didn't go out.
For
over
sure.
his- we didn't get any kind of scarf or any kind of something.
He's
fancy.
been wearing the
those
same
scars.
shoes for most of the tour too.
Everything's been pretty traditional, and then Phish was in the traditional colors dress, but it's one.
It's
still
Friday
new.
night. That's why.
You're right. It goes that. You're right. It goes that pattern. Exactly. It goes
No,
traditional.
no. What's the pattern?
I think it's neon green tomorrow, or is neon green Sunday?
When is
No,
the
neon
scarf?
green's tomorrow.
When's the scarf?
No, that's not mine.
No, not Mike. Not Mike. We're talking Phish.
Oh,
Phish has
Yeah.
new moo-moos. That's a fun
Yeah.
thing to say. 3 wet times, and they're all kind of different colors. That's why we're talking about like. It's a
I
big-
know.
Good night, Steve.
Steve's like, good God.
Yeah, he
yeah,
said it's too late. That's why we got to keep this fast.
Okay, I know. Well, we
We're
got
only
like
at 20
25
minutes.
We're gonna do it. Okay,
You got it.
Signal Oasis starts us off, right? Scent City.
9 minutes.
Yeah, that was a good one. I thought it was a
Nice
great
jam on it.
Yeah, nice little jam. Then
I
what's
think-
the use? We got to talk at least a little bit. Obviously, this is the section that things get crazy. What's the use with the big synths? It's got the big, long, quiet break. Just all the lights are cool, just absolutely gorgeous, right? This is what
it was definitely taking you down that kind of vibe where it's just chill.
I love it at the second spot.
It's so good. Hey, yeah, you were mentioning that. I mean, I think that's such a good things are coming when that's happening. Then you get Blaze On, right? That's obviously turning into a jam.
4.0 All-Star.
It is worthy of that.
Quick question: Blaze On, first or second set? Which one do you like better?
Second, definitely.
If it has ended up in the second set, it has stretched out. If it's in the first set, which I think there's been 3 Blaze Ons, okay, and I think the first one was pretty standard. I mean, 9 or 10 minutes. I'm pretty sure it's first set. I could be wrong. And then
you're right. It was like the second or third song,
right?
Wasn't it at Arkansas?
Yeah. So when it fits in, I think you're right. Exactly. I was there. So thank you. But then, I should know. It's been so long. Like it feels like
6 years ago, right? Yeah.
Okay. So Blaze On gets super spacey, lots of Scoobies, right?
Yeah. I gotta say,
keep that going.
First set's not bad though. I like it because they didn't really jam it out this night, not like they did.
Did they finish it tonight? They didn't go back and finish it tonight.
No, because it melts into like what you're saying, shade. Now, Lifeboy is a good place for
Lifeboy.
Well, see, I'll take Lifeboy any day of the week.
That was money, right?
But you didn't like the emotional stuff in the first set, but Lifeboy's pretty emotional.
The lyric speaks to me in Lifeboy. I'm that guy. I was raised Catholic. I sat in church every fucking Sunday. And God never listened to what I said. It taught me a lot about where to put my energy. And I hear that and I'm like, this is my space. This is me.
Speaking to you. Love that. So you need that. You're talking. Yeah, exactly. So then we get into what is like the funniest moment in my mind, but also just one of the highlight jams so far of this tour again. So this camel walk, right? In the second set, stretched out, the longest camel walk by far. It's never really gone over, I think, 11 minutes or so, something like never been over 10 minutes for camel walk.
Yeah, this one went deep.
Phish from the road highlighted it, came. And actually, I mean, I guess that's how you would pronounce it. No doubt. Yeah, if you look at Phish from the Road. Now,
they came. Yeah, they came all over the fucking gorge.
Okay. It is a late night deal. But
you had to go there.
But they spelled it like this. So here's what they
plus after dark.
That's what they put as their tweet.
Yeah,
and so,
I was going to say, that's not came. They definitely misspelled it. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's not English.
It's not camel walk either, though, right?
How do you pronounce AE?
They were so excited. When
two vowels go walking, the first one does the talking.
Oh boy.
Oh wow. There we go.
Teacher Kev. So, all right, here we go. So it goes all tight to bunch of sustains. Just so nasty, this camel walk. Like again, it's in the top. It's in that top echelon of jams of this.
It's definitely the highlight of tonight.
Oh,
then they drop it. I wish it could have gone a few minutes longer and hit the 20-minute mark, but they drop it into the chalk dust, which has been another fucking great song in 4.0, but only because they're finishing it. They're keeping it more compact,
It was jammy. It was really kind of. I'd like to go to the 2.0 face because it is 2.0-esque in every way.
Yes.
Right. Gets to this really gorgeous melody, which honestly just is really kind of like Slave to the Traffic Light, right? Which is how you end the set here with all just kind of. Mike has those big bombs that if you've been to shows, I think it's really interesting. Like. I really don't think I'd felt one or not enough of them to really get it. But you always hear about these mic bombs, and that keep you happened in this Slave to the Traffic Light.
So I have an analogy to make that might not work out for you older guys. But Arcade Fire has a song called Wake Up, and that's always the last song that they play. And you always know it's coming because they don't have anything else to really close. And I feel like
the Rolling Stones playing Satisfaction.
Kind of, but like that's their big emotional closer for like their set before the encore. And I feel like
Children, wake up.
Slave to the Traffic Light has been taking that spot in 4.0. And I would like to see it somewhere else other than the set 2 closer, because I feel like every time they've played it, it's been a set 2 closer.
That is a really interesting thing. It's actually where you got your first samples of all things. In Arkansas, it was the first song, and it was the second set closer that it came out. And I'm talking to Zook. Speaking of Zook, if he's still watching, if he's still up, I was talking to him, and I'm trying to figure out, like, at that point, we literally had no idea what they were. We couldn't figure out what the sounds were because we're on the lawn, right? You know, there's no real, screens at that venue. You got a good sight line, but you can't really see who's making sounds, you know? So I'm like, is these samples? I seriously, at one point,
you were like, fuck Page. What
did somebody, right? I was like, what's he doing? And then part of me was like, did someone jump up on the stage and like start like yelling some weird shit into the mic? Like, they gotta get that dude out of there. Like, where's security? Like, it was just a weird moment. So he hasn't hit samples. And we haven't talked samples, but they did happen a couple. But I think
Slave probably since 1.0 hasn't been a middle set unless it was the last song before they busted out a Golgi or a Susie Greenberg to close the set after it. But you're right, Llama, that it's always that's the spot. And like Antelope closes the first or second set.
Yeah.
Except maybe what was that North Carolina show that they did, the Runaway Antelope?
Yeah.
With Runaway Jim and Antelope. But I mean.
Yeah, there's slots now. We have talked a little bit about how they have opened up some of the set list making, but there's still songs that have found slots, and there's some definite
it's a dangerous slope.
There's songs that are on rotation, and so
we're
gonna have to live with that.
Finding slots is a dangerous slope. You end up like the Dead. You had openers, you had closers, you had second set openers into drum songs, out of space songs, and everything was laid out. If you saw 3 shows, you could pick a fucking set list 70%.
Yeah. Well, they hadn't had a lot of time because of the pandemic. Like, I think
it'll change. Had all the time in the world.
No, I'm talking about Phish because this is a Phish after show.
And they haven't gotten together.
Oh, the robe! I forgot the robe. Right.
It's been hard to get together. And the other piece is, again, we want them to play well, and so that may mean that they need to play a certain rotation of songs, right? Because we may not be able to have it both ways. Where like if we're gonna complain if they make mistakes or flub or don't play well, then
they're 100 and what did you tell me, Llama? 170 songs in this.
167 different songs.
The most the Dead did the last 5 years they were playing was 85.
Oh wow.
That's
so we're still very lucky. Yeah.
That of the day. So we're still doubling that. So that's incredible. And then we get in
my math says that's not double, but that's just me. I'm using that new math.
85 plus 85 is 170.
It's close.
It's close.
170. It is. Come on. I didn't fail everything in high school.
All right.
The drift while you're sleeping.
Sorry, that Common Core was slowing me down.
It does it exactly. It's the new math. It'll get you. Okay, so I am here, and I don't know if Steve said he was going to sleep, but he did also tell me tell us that he was going to sleep. He did tell me that I'm supposed to defend this. So we got maybe like 1 minute here before we hit that 30-minute mark.
Right.
And I'm supposed to defend this encore, Drift While You're Sleeping, because you, Kev, hate this encore, right?
I don't hate anything. And I know how much it means to fucking Trey because his buddy was dying, but I don't need to hear it. I saw Ghost of the Forest. I paid my money for that tour. It should have stayed there.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Mama, where are you at?
There you go.
Drift While You're Sleeping.
I'm sort of ambivalent on it. I'll take it or leave it. It doesn't really matter to me. It's kind of like a character 0 at this point,
I think it has, depending on, it's a placement thing. It has found itself in the encore, right? And it's found itself as a solo encore song. It's got kind of a big Walls of the Cave vibe in the sense that it's you're kind of waiting to get through one part to get to the cool part, a little bit.
You're way elevating it. You're way elevating it with that kind of.
No, I'm not.
Well, we're not going to get into an argument about it because we don't have that much time.
Exactly.
Where you
can
go 10 rounds.
Yeah, and you can subscribe to Wook Plus.
Right down there.
You can like somewhere down here. That where usually they have some sort of graphic or something.
Over here.
Sorry, our producer doesn't know what he's doing. So
no, geez, it's okay. You're doing an amazing.
I love
job.
you guys.
This was a lot of fun, Mike.
We'll be here tomorrow night. We'll be back.
It was a good
and
show.
All our friends that were there, all the people that were there, we love you all. Our guys
Skoy, come on tomorrow. Skoy, where are you?
Yes.
Anybody who's there, fucking DM us and say, hey, let me come on with my bad connection. Kevin! Oh, you know what you're doing, obviously. Now Llama comes out that he knows what he's doing.
The producer. You got produced.
All right. But thank you, everybody, for watching. Have a good night. It's been super late. These West Coast shows are crazy. We're a little sleep deprived, but thank you for tuning in.
And we'll see you tomorrow.
And we will see you tomorrow. Please like and subscribe.
Right there.